Hey everyone, happy Friday! It is Friday, it's the end of the week, end of my birthday week, or halfway through birthday month, which is really fun. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys today is something that I think my fellow control freaks are going to love the absolute shit out of. So I was chatting with a lady yesterday, and something that I think is really super interesting is how we get, when I say we, I mean creatives, entrepreneurs, business owners, thought leaders, authors, like all of these people, all of you guys who are really excited about taking your businesses to the next level. And one of the really big things that comes up is about, for a lot of people, they're like, oh, but I've already spent a whole bunch of time doing XYZ. So in this particular lady's, in this instance, she'd been working with children and families for a really long time, doing a lot of local work, right? And she'd been kind of affiliated with a specific company. And I was saying to her, you know, what's really awesome is that, because she didn't want to be affiliated necessarily ongoing with this company moving forward. She wants to do her own stuff and kind of establish her own presence and her own brand and things like that around her name and around what it is that she does. I'm like, dude, what's really cool about this is that in this world of online marketing specifically, and online branding and Facebook and websites and this awesome world that we have available to us right now, it's, hey, Catherine, we have got the most beautiful and amazing opportunity to create whatever the heck you want. So if you feel like you've been doing a whole bunch of work, hey, Caroline, you've been doing a whole bunch of work already in a specific niche or around a specific area, then go you. That's awesome. And if that's what you want to keep building your authority around next year and your brand and your business and your clients and stuff like that, ace, you know, go for it. That is freaking awesome. But if you're someone who is like, you know what, I feel like I'm maybe a little tapped out with who I've been working with or who I've been bringing in. Maybe you're someone who's like, you know, hey, Belinda, thanks for saying hi. Hey, Peter. You're in the best position ever, and it's a little secret squirrely, but not really. You can reinvent yourself completely, right? You can completely go all etch-a-sketch on everything that you've been doing. And hey, Tina, and just be like, you know what? I'm going to create what the hell I want over the course of the next 12 months and over the course of the next 2 years and over the course of the next 3 years. Just because you have been doing something for the last 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, you know, heck, who gives a shit how long you've been doing this for? If it no longer serves you, and this is where the control piece comes in, you, my friend, are in the driver's seat. You have got the opportunity to completely reinvent what it is that you're doing. You can either do scorched earth and completely start again. You can burn everything to the ground and be like the phoenix rising out of the ashes. You can use all of this experience that you have gotten underneath your belt, that you've been working so hard to achieve, the modalities, the experiences, the results, the clients, the stories, the hard yards, the wins, the failures, the stuff that has gotten you to where you are right now. You can use that to position yourself in the way that you want to be seen, the way you want to be heard, right? And I don't really think that a lot of you, I know, I don't think you realize how much power you actually have in the palm of your hands and through your fingertips, through your phones, through your computers, to be able to create what the heck you want, right? Now, does that mean that that it's going to be a bit scary? Well, probably, because you're going to do something a little bit different, right? But I think this is where like one of the fun things that I'm going to be talking so much more about specifically over the next year and really, kind of now you guys will start to really feel it and see it. It's like, let's step into this, like being a freaking badass, right? Embracing all of this awesome stuff that has gotten you to where you are right now and using all of that to really set you up as an authority around what it is that you're doing. So yes, it's going to be scary, but it is also going to be really awesome. You're going to be out of your comfort zone, and that's great. But I think one of the things that happens is this. Hey, Whitney, and I know this is what's happened for me, right? Every time I'm like, oh my God, this is killing me. I want to do something different. Every time I kind of go, all right, well, what do I want to create? What do I want to be a part of? What do I want to teach? What do I want to deliver? Who do I want to work with? What kinds of people are needing / wanting to learn the stuff that that I've got in my head, that I've been doing and living and breathing for forever? Hey, Belinda, great, challenge accepted. Woohoo! So yeah, it might be a bit scary, but this is the thing. When you started in business, when you started this new thing, when you started your new career, where were you at? Now, I suspect that you were probably kind of like, if we imagine that a timeline is coming like from here, right, and going forward, you started that new thing being like, I don't know what the heck is going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to like this ongoing. I don't know if I'm going to like it in 6 months' time, but you know what? I'm willing to give it a try. I'm willing to give it a go. Then what happens, so when we're starting out in a new business or in our own business or a new venture or a new marketing campaign, like whatever, the thing that we kind of do is we go, okay, well, I don't know how it's going to work, but, we'll just give it a crack and we'll see what happens. Now, when you fast forward a little bit into your timeline, and it might be 6 months, might be 12 months, it might be like me, 7.5 years in, and it's kind of like, sometimes we feel like we've got a lot to lose if it doesn't work, right? I know that's been a fear of mine. Like, if I go and reinvent myself again and start talking about something different, I mean, we've got to evolve, but what happens? What if they don't like it? What if it doesn't resonate with people? What if they think I'm an idiot? If it's not the stuff that I've been talking about and banging on about and doing and stuff, like we end up, and I posted about this earlier today, when we've been doing what we've been doing for a little while. Hey, Joe. Oh, mwah, so good to see you. When we've been doing what we've been doing for a little while, it can feel like we've got more at stake. It can feel like we've got more to lose. It can feel like we're risking so much more because we kind of get to that point where it's like, well, what if it doesn't work? Now, it might not. But what's the worst that happens? If it's really something that you're passionate about and it's really part of your evolution, then that's cool. Like, go for it. Give it a whirl. It might not work, and then you'll make some new decisions around what you can do next. And again, for my fellow control freaks, that puts you square in the driver's seat to be able to do whatever it is that you need to do. All right? So that's that. I think the other part of that is sometimes when we're kind of looking at this reinvention thing, or not sometimes, all the time, if you're making a decision to kind of reinvent yourself, the one big thing that I cannot recommend enough is that you have to commit to it. You've got to be in boots and all, because otherwise it can seem like the people that are following you, or your email database that you might have already built up, or the people that you connect with at a networking event, they might start to see some things that you're doing and it might seem a little schizophrenic, frenetic and haphazard. I'm like, oh, she's doing this, and oh, now he's doing that, and oh, look, they're doing something different, and that doesn't create authority. It doesn't create confidence in the people who are seeing you and who are wanting to learn from you and who you're trying to bring into your business and work with as a client, right? So at the end of the day, no matter what you're doing along the way and how you're evolving and growing, what's the key to making all of that work? Well, that's a really good question. The key to making it all work is it really comes down to mastery. Mastery of yourself, knowing that what you're talking about, what you're doing, based on your experiences, your modality, the things that you're doing, that you can get out there and that you can help people. And mastering your craft, mastering yourself, mastering your mindset, and really coming at this from a place of 100% commitment, because people can smell it a mile away if you're not fully in it. So, if you guys have got any questions, ladies, gents, whoever, got any questions, put them down in there below. Really super happy to answer them for you. I think one of the other things that really helps me is I have a post-it note. I think it's mirrored, but you'll oh look, I can probably turn it that way and you can see the Sharpie, the text is to it. You've actually got nothing to lose. Because if what you're doing isn't lighting you up, if what you're doing isn't making you happy, if what you're doing doesn't kind of jazz you to get up in the morning and fuel those creative juices and get you moving, then it's never going to freaking work anyway, even if it's worked in the past. Yeah, so, or it might work for a little bit, but then you'll kind of get this universal slap, which really freaking hurts, FYI, or some people might call it a forced awareness. Something will happen. It might be that your ads account gets shut down. It might be that your camera mysteriously, randomly stops working. Your phone might stop working. It might be that you just, for whatever reason, your ads don't work, your copy's not working, the emails aren't working, you can't enroll new clients, your income might go down. This kind of seemingly random stuff might not, but it might happen, and that's usually a time where you can kind of come back and go, okay, isn't that interesting? And then you've got the control, the power, all of that to then make a new choice around, okay, well, that's the data. This is what the data is showing. What is it that I'm going to start talking about next? So how this all relates to the stuff, hey dad, there's my dad, Carl. How this all relates to your business plans for over the next year. You're in a really awesome position right now. It's the middle of December and we've got a whole blank slate coming up in the course of the next year, right? You can do whatever the hell you want. Just because somebody says that you should do something or you shouldn't do something or whatever, or maybe you decided that you should do something or shouldn't do something, you can make brand new choices, do whatever. And the thing that is going to set you apart from every other business owner, coach, trainer, Bitcoin expert, don't get me started on that. It's like the new coaching industry. It's just completely insane, but I'm not going to go there. Every other professional lawyer, person, virtual assistant, whoever, the thing that is going to set you apart in the online world is you stepping into a place of leadership, into a place of authority, and doing that with confidence and consistency. All right, that's the thing that's going to set you apart. So that's my little rant on that. So like I said, any questions, leave them below. Super happy to answer them for you. Once this is finished, I'll leave in the comments section. I'm running a webinar around personal branding and kind of the stuff that I've been talking about today. So this is a shameless plug. I'm running that on Tuesday the 19th at 12 in Sydney, 5 in LA. So if you want to come and hang out, I'll put the stuff underneath here, the stuff, Nicola, the links underneath here so that you can come along and watch. But, you know, that way if you've got questions, you know, come and ask me live. If you've got questions while you're watching this, type them in. Guys, like, I am all over my page like a rash. So if you post something, if you ask something, I'll be on it. I'll do whatever I can, anything in my power to help you nail this stuff next year, because the marketplace is just getting busier and busier. It is getting more and more congested, but you have the control, right? So like, that's really awesome because you can control your message. You can control your niching. You can control the voice that gets positioned online. You control freaking everything. So like, I love the shit out of that. I suspect you will love the shit out of that because it also means that you can control your results, which, you know, is pretty freaky awesome. All right, guys. Mwah. Happy Friday. Have an amazing day. Thanks for coming and hanging out. I've missed doing these lives. So, you know, thanks for coming and hanging out. I'll talk to you soon. Have an awesome afternoon. I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.